I think I kind of learned what I was hoping I would learn, right? Is since this group got together in June, they've just really been a joy. And I think every one of them just leaned into this era, right? They were so proud to, be Hawks to the new kids coming, the returners. Everybody held, and we knew it wasn't going to be easy. And listen, no game is easy, and I was fully aware, even after we beat Tech and moving on and got Kansas, how hard Tennessee was, and this in-state rivalry, and the Big Ten. My goodness, how many people are ranked? So I think I've done a pretty good job trying to stay in my lane and keeping them in their lane. Like, every game is really fun because we're doing it together, and I know that sounds coach-ish, or coach-ease, or speak, whatever, but I think they do that really well. And what we learned a lot in Tennessee is we learned how everybody lost. And I think when you learn how everybody loses, then you can kind of know what you have moving forward. And after I watched everybody kind of adapt and turn the page pretty quickly with a little bit of a chip, I thought, all right, I think we got something from this rivalry.
Yeah, that was so fun. We were talking about that in the locker room, but we said after the game that we were down for a lot of the game, but we were never out. We never thought we were going to lose that game, and just having that mentality that, no matter what the score is, we're competing until the buzzer hits, and I thought we did that really well, and just that point in the game was really fun.
For both.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. We could switch some ball screens, and I was playing the 4, and it was a little bit of a smaller lineup, but I thought Hannah did a great job towards the end on Audi. Face guard fronting her, she's a great player, and defense is super important this year. We put a lot of emphasis on that, so I'm glad we can execute that at the end.
Yeah, no, it was really fun. I mean, they're such a great team, and I think we came out tonight with a lot of energy, and the crowd really helped with that. It was so loud in there. We were just talking about it, how loud. She's like, we're not switching the screens. I'm like, I can't hear the screen being called. But yeah, it was really fun. I've never been in anything like it, so shout out the fans. They were good.
I think, it was just me being aggressive and playing my game. I was being a little bit hesitant, and I know I'm a good shooter, and just when I'm open, I can knock those shots down, so I'm glad I could do that.
I think the blessing of me being an older coach is I have been in gyms when it was pretty silent and we had some pretty good teams. I played way back in the day. I coached at Drake, and we were blessed to build it a little bit there, and we got bigger crowds and here. And so that is one thing I will never take for granted. And it is just, honestly, I watch a lot of great teams on ESPN, and scouting games, and I see the sparse crowds. So when we get to have a moment like this, and I told the players, I said, Lucy Olsen has just been so fun and a joy. Like the very first exhibition game, her eyes were like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And I said, well, wait till we really hit the game that the fans are not going to give up their tickets for, right? And so I said, you're not going to believe what it's going to be like. And when we got to here, this moment tonight, that fourth quarter, when we finally turned the corner, boy, that Carver crowd was there. So does it mean a lot? Absolutely. And I've gotten to be here with those eras, right? So now to slide over and have everybody slide over a chair and continue, I'm really, really grateful, and thank you to the fans, man. They helped us pull this one out. I do actually. I try to remind myself, I have a pretty strong faith, and there's a passage that says, give thanks in all things. So it's easy, when you're really on the happy wins, but believe it or not, I try to utter, hey, thanks for Tennessee lost. It's just a personal thing, and I don't always do it. I didn't even know I did it intentionally, but I try to be thankful because, we get to do a game, right? And I put a lot of pressure myself. I'm sure Bill does, every coach ever was. But if I can really remember what a dream I've gotten to do my whole life as a player and a coach, and I get to do it here. I mean, you kidding me? This crowd, and they sold out again after that fun era last year. So I just try to be thankful for the opportunity. And, nothing comes easy. I mean, that game, Jeff talked about it going sideways. What about the break? We get a momentum, and then all of a sudden we go to the monitor, and it's a intentional foul with shots, and they get the ball back. Oh my gosh, I was like, holy buckets, are you kidding me? I have no idea if it was accurate or not. I'm just saying the swing. So yeah, I was thankful because it could have gone the other way, and they worked their butts off too, and they, you know, could have got one on the road just as easily as we did.
Obviously, Audie's, you know, a really good offensive player. I thought we did a pretty good job of getting her the ball at the right time. She finished quite a bit, obviously struggled at the free throw line, which was a big part of the game tonight, but really, you know, again, she did her work the way we needed to. They sent a lot of bodies at her, but she handled it really well, and I thought our kids, you know, we had 22 assists, and most of them were her, obviously. And obviously, it's hard to have Addie Brown out of the game in foul trouble. That's a huge loss, and especially with Kenzie's situation, we kind of struggled to kind of eat up the minutes. But Audie's a really dynamic offensive player. Obviously, a phenomenal environment. Really cool to be in this environment. It's a tribute to what they have going here and what Coach Bluter and now what Jan are doing. I thought our kids played really, really hard. Obviously, foul trouble and some limited minutes with some people hurt us, but it was a great game, and really proud of the way we competed in a tough environment. So obviously, you'd like to have a few plays here and there, but that's the nature of it. But could not be more proud of our team and the way they competed.